Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Hello, good friends. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your practice. Sifu Sylvain Chamberlain with you here, abbot of the Threefold Lotus Kwun, a school of Nichiren's doctrine of Shakyamuni's Lotus Sutra Buddhist practice. Yeah. Last night I posted what, for now I'm thinking, is the final corrected version of Buddhism Reference, the book, both electronically and in print. So I feel pretty confident about it. Of course, I'm not done yet. We're in the letter P. There's some pretty juicy ones to come yet. I've gone through them all, so has my editor, Sandra, and others, those of you still offering suggestions, comments. I think we're there, but, you know, there's always room for change. But we're in good shape as far as typos and complete sentences. And, you know, I tend to write the way I speak, and sometimes enough said, not a professional writer. So it took some doing, going back through several times. And I think we have a very cohesive, a good 264 pages at this point, if that's any measure. Today we're going to talk about potential, ironically maybe, both as an adjective and as a noun. So here we go. As an adjective, capable of being, but not yet in existence. Suits our Buddhist understanding of quiescent energy, formations, form, right? Capable of being, but not yet in existence. Latent or undeveloped. Think, as I put in parentheses here, latent cause effect in formations. Number 2, of, relating to, or being a verbal construction with auxiliaries such as may or can. For example, it may snow. Okay, that's grammar. Thirdly, myo, of Myoho Renge Kyo, the title of the Lotus Sutra. We've talked about this many times. Myo, according to Nichiren, is potential, unmanifested, but as the first part says, capable of being, not yet existing. Now, as a noun, potential has two notes here. The inherent ability or capacity for growth, development, or future success. So we all have the innate, inherent potential for Buddhahood, yeah? And secondly, see energy. Energy itself is potential. We speak in terms of potential energy. What manifests that energy depends on the actions or work, right? Whether it's kinetic, momentum, whatever. Energy awaits action. To instantiate, to not yet in existence, yeah? Language is a fumbling tool, but it does make for understanding this. All right. In Buddhism, this state of non-state is both an opportunity and quiescence. Again, more words about this same boundary, if you will. Quantum fluctuations talks about this boundary all the time. And then language breaks down. But we know it exists. We can observe that it exists. We understand mathematically how it exists. We scientifically, but more than all of that, if you're not a profound, if you don't have a profound love of the sciences, Buddhism is experiential. right? We witness what we witness. We make up a lot of stuff. We have an imagination, but we witness what we witness, real, for ourselves, in our own way. This is why Buddhism isn't about fingers and toes or rocks and planets, although it is. It's about the mind and how the mind conceives of, constructs of, understands, experiences all of these phenomena. So, both are equally valid, that is, opportunity and quiescence. In the state of being, there is the engine of life with all the components of time and space and the 3,000 realms in each moment. In quiescence, there is no, quote, thing, but potential, or a word that we kind of coin in Buddhism, although it exists in other areas of scientific endeavor, noumena, right? Not nothing, but no phenomena. That's different. That's more like that ancient Chinese word we've talked about, wuji, right? W-O-J-I, wuji, or that's a phonetic anyway. Right, I have a whole chapter dedicated to that, or at least that is part of wuji to you and me. Remember that? That's in the Big Book of Buddhism. It's in the Independent Nichiren Doctrine of Lotus Sutra Practice. It used to be called Beyond Zen, but that title kind of got old. It's really, when I revamped that whole book, it became a definition of our independent Nichiren practice, yeah? And note here, see quiescence. So we haven't gotten to the cues in this book yet, but when we do, we'll be talking about noumena versus phenomena, yeah? That boundary layer, if you will, between energy's potential and the formations thereof, instantiating momentum toward form, phenomena. Continuing. Potential is simply the absence of form. See energy. The kinetics that arise from formation, leading to instantiations of conditions and tendencies, of energies collecting into form, is the engine of life and the process of manifesting what we call karma. Karma is the result of formations. Karma is the process in momentum of the engine of life. I'll remind you again, karma is not good or bad. It's an identifier of the very thing that is phenomena. The way in which, the conditions and tendencies in which every variety of phenomena manifests. Now, you can judge whether some of that phenomena is cool or not cool, but that's a judgment we samsaric beings put on it. Karma doesn't know good from bad. It just is. It's a result of tendencies and conditions manifesting. Yeah? This is why when Shakyamuni talks about getting rid of suffering, he doesn't talk about getting rid of karma. He doesn't say that anywhere. He says, cease the formations. Whether you or I crave or cling to some phenomena, that isn't the result of my karma, your karma, its karma. Karma is just happening. It's how we interpret, hang on to, make permanent, all of these illusory constructs that we build with our imagination. That's what's involved. That's what we need to clear out. Right? We're not changing karma. We're adapting a different perspective on, understanding of, relationship with karma. Doesn't that make much more sense? Even I, over years of study, have had to disabuse myself of a lot of misunderstandings in translations, language, groups, and opinions. And just when you just keep reading and studying the actual teachings of Shakyamuni, Tendai, Dengyo Nichiren, the factual, the truth, the point, it comes through. It comes right through all the misappropriated language and cultural biases. And man, once you start to see through that, it can make you a little upset. It's like, gosh, why did you fill me with such nonsense for so long, right? Believe me, that was my biggest motivator when I first started doing these channels, was to correct that wrong. Really documenting my own enlightenment into this amazing teaching. So I have to thank you for your support in that, because I hope it helps all of us get rid of the nonsense and doubt surrounding what is Buddhism is such an incredibly clear and precious teaching. You got to get rid of all that baloney. All right. This karma is observed and experienced as the momentum of life. The tendencies and conditions of all phenomena constantly manifesting and renewing in successive, discrete, moment-to-moment, birth, formations. See cycle of birth and death. See, all these terms, and this is how you know, the more you come at this same idea from all these different concepts, they make it clear. Once you get it, it's like it hits you over the head. Oh yeah, he's just saying the same thing 1,000 different ways. Right? But we all need to get it for ourselves in our own way. In Buddhism, the term potential permeates all aspects of the phenomenal world, as well as our ability or capacity to witness and observe the processes manifest of it. That's the amazing opportunity of the sentient mind. It's not only are we in it, right? Ourselves, every cell in our body constantly refabricating itself, albeit with the influence of its environment, our body, our universe, our earth, what we eat, on and on and on and on. Everything interpenetrates. So there's influences of all sorts, not least of which is the 3,000 realms in a single thought moment. So we're constantly being formed. We know that you and I 10 years ago are not the same person now as we were then. We know this. This is what I mean by experiential proof. We experience this process. You can't deny that we age, that we change, right? Nothing is static. And with our sentient mind, this is how we know. This is how we build wisdom. But by chanting and opening our mind to the entirety of the process, we build a bank of wisdom that is Buddha-inspired, Buddha-influenced, Buddha-colored wisdom, Buddha wisdom. And that permeates our entire perspective. We understand things anew, right? Just like going to school, just like getting older. This is, in fact, what Shakyamuni identifies as our opportunity in this sentient life to objectively experience the process that begets the physics, chemistry, biology, and experience of all life in all of its wonder. staying focused on that is part of what releases all of our attachments, clinging, wanting to maintain, possess, dragging the past along like big bags of, but I still want this. Well, desires are going to happen, but even if you desire the same thing, the way you desire it and what it is now is not what it was. Stop trying to drag it along. That's nonsense. That's keeping you from moving forward. Although that's an illusion, isn't it? And there is the rub. That's what causes our suffering. Trying to maintain that illusion. Be in it. It's amazing enough. You don't need to try to drag it along. That's over. I know, the time thing again, yeah? All right, let's continue. From this mental perspective, the subjective entanglements of personal or local conditions and tendencies of this massive process are easily diminished in their influence and become distractions from our total and complete experience of life in its entirety. See also awakening or enlightenment. Both terms are in this book. Come at it from slightly different points of view. They're the same thing, but still, from different points of view, a little different take. That's it. That's potential. Another key term, if you will, but all about understanding this precious, singular, moment-to-moment, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo opportunity for awakening, for enlightenment. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Next term, practice. That should be, that's kind of a couple of pages on that. Practice. Why do we call it practice? What is practice? Well, guess what? It's going to be about a lot of the same things. But from the point of view of what the method is, what are we doing with the Lotus Sutra? What are we doing chanting? What is this practice? What does it look like? What does it entail? What is it trying to accomplish? Right? All of these questions, we've been talking about them since the beginning of the book, since the beginning of this channel. But in this book, I'm going to try to synopsize, crunch down with some broad strokes and some specific strokes. So if somebody were to ask you, why do you call it practice? Well, perhaps there's some easy to digest, easily memed, I hesitate to say, concepts in this book, in this short, relatively short discussion on practice that will help you not just understand for yourself, because that's always helpful, a reminder, but to help you develop the rhetoric to assist others, to be bodhisattva. And that's a big, big part of why I do everything, obviously, but certainly this book. It's been a long time coming, and I obviously needed to go through my own development in order to be able to do this book in a way that I could respect it as authoritative in the sense that it's scholarly. It's not just some blah, blah, blah opinion piece. It's based on Shakyamuni, Nichiren, and the scholarship of Buddhism, yes? And I think it's wonderful that it's proving itself out because everything seems to interrelate. And that's kind of a proof for me that, yeah, I'm on the right track here. Which is why it's taken so long to reread it and make sure I wasn't just going bing, bing, right? Anyway, thanks again. Please take care of your health. Be kind to yourself, right? That's a kindness. Keep studying. It's vital. There's lots of free information that all of our resources, that little video on the homepage of the YouTube channel talks about threefoldlotus.com, the free materials on the study page, the free podcasts, and also ebooks make it really easy for you to get these books inexpensively and quickly. If you like print books, the print costs have gone crazy in the last few years, and shipping as well, which makes them difficult to get in different countries. And our Songha's all over the world, which I'm so gratified by. Yeah, you guys are amazing. And having a proper Nichiren inscribed mandala, well, digital copy, of course. Anyway, all of that and more. Thank you. Take advantage of the opportunities. It helps support this effort. It's really our effort. But I'm out here all alone in Mississippi, trying my best to offer my own insights as well as much research and scholarship as I can conduct to support all our practice, yours and mine. And your donations on Patreon or PayPal or just purchasing a book or just liking and subscribing all work to support this Sangha. So thank you, thank you. Take care of your health. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.